Hello everyone, this is Jack Ma. I'm very excited to talk to you today because what I'm about to share with you is something that completely changed my life, and I believe it can change yours too. It's not just another business tip or success story. No. It's much deeper than that. Today I want to talk to you about something called the rich versus poor mindset. Now listen carefully. This has nothing to do with how much money you have in your bank account right now. You could have $10 or $10 million. That's not the point. What matters is how you think. Your mindset is the real wealth. Before you see me today standing on stages, building companies, making speeches, I was just a very ordinary guy from a very ordinary city in China. I was what people would call poor Jack Ma. Not many people knew me, and even fewer believed in me. I applied for 30 different jobs, hoping to get just one offer. You know what happened? I was rejected by every single one of them. Even KFC rejected me. Out of 24 applicants, 23 people were accepted, and guess who was the only one left out? Yes, me. They looked at me and said, "No, thank you." I wasn't tall enough, handsome enough, strong enough, smart enough, you name it. At that moment, it would have been easy for me to sit down, cry, blame the world, and accept a life of being poor and forgotten. But I realized something very important. Being poor is not about how much money you have. Being poor is about the way you think, the way you see yourself, and the way you see your future. And that's what we are going to talk about today. When I first wanted to learn English, I didn't have money for classes. So every morning at 5 a.m., I went to a hotel and offered free tours to foreigners, just so I could practice speaking. People laughed at me. They said, "Jack, why are you wasting your time for free? Poor mindset, always thinking short term. Rich mindset, we think long term." Learning English opened the world to me. Later, when I traveled to the US, met internet people, started Alibaba, it was because I could communicate. Poor mindset says, "It's too hard, I give up." Rich mindset says, "Hard, good, that's my opportunity." Remember, the path that is easy leads to a place that is crowded and poor. The path that is hard leads to a place that is empty and rich. You choose. Let me ask you a funny question. If you are hungry and you see a restaurant selling a meal for $1 and another selling for $10, which one do you go to? Most people immediately say, "Of course the $1 meal, save money." But think deeper. Why is the meal $1? Maybe it's leftover, maybe it's unhealthy, maybe after eating you'll spend $500 at the hospital. Meanwhile, the $10 meal might be made with fresh, clean ingredients. You stay healthy, you have more energy, you make more money later. Poor people save pennies and lose dollars. Rich people invest pennies to earn millions. It's like dating. If you marry someone because they are cheap to maintain, don't complain later when you suffer. Don't be cheap with your future. When I started Alibaba, I knew nothing about computers. I still type with 2 fingers. If I waited until I was an expert in technology, Alibaba would never exist. Poor mindset says, "I will start a business when I have more money. I will start learning when I have more time. I will start going to the gym when I am less tired." Guess what? That perfect day never comes. Rich mindset says, start where you are. Use what you have, do what you can. When you start walking, the road appears. When you start climbing, the mountain welcomes you. Start messy, start scared, start small, but start. Poor mindset. I have 100, how do I spend it? Rich mindset, I have 100, how do I multiply it? One day someone asked me, "Jack, if you lost all your money today, what would you do?" I said, "Simple, I still have my brain, I'll make it back." Because a poor person with $1 million will lose it, but a rich-minded person with 0 will create it again. Don't just think about how to spend money. Think about how to make your money your employee, working for you even while you sleep. If you buy things you don't need, soon you'll sell things you need. Let me tell you a big secret. Every rich person you admire today, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, they became rich by solving problems. Big problems, big money. Poor mindset people see a problem and complain. Rich mindset people see a problem and create a solution. When the internet came, poor mindset people said, "It's too confusing, too risky, it's only for nerds." Rich mindset people said, "Wow, this will change the world." You want to be rich? Find problems. Solve them better than anyone else. Serve more people. Money is the reward for helping the world. When I was building Alibaba, I made so many mistakes. I can write a whole library of books. People said, Jack, you failed so much. How did you survive? Because I understood. Failure is part of the journey, not the end. Poor mindset says, if I fail, I'm a loser. Rich mindset says, if I fail, I'm learning. Imagine a baby learning to walk. First step, boom, fall down. Second step, boom, fall down. If the baby thought like poor mindset adults, the human race would still be crawling. It's okay to fail. Just don't fail to learn. When you blame others, you give them your power. You say, my life is bad because of my boss, my parents, my country, the weather, the government, my cat, my neighbor's dog. Stop. Rich mindset says, if my life is to be better, it's up to me. When I failed my entrance exam twice, I didn't blame the exam. I studied harder. When nobody hired me, I didn't blame the companies. I built my own. If you are always blaming, you are always losing. Take responsibility. That's the first step to freedom. Let me ask you, how many hours did you spend yesterday on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram? And how many hours did you spend learning a new skill? Poor mindset says, I'm bored. Let me watch funny videos. Rich mindset says, I'm bored. Let me read a business book. Poor mindset wants to be entertained. Rich mindset wants to be educated. That's why the rich keep getting richer. Because while others are sleeping, laughing, playing, they are learning, building, growing. Choose wisely how you spend your free time. Your future depends on it. When you see someone driving a Ferrari, living in a big mansion, traveling first class to beautiful islands, or enjoying a life that looks like a movie, how do you feel honestly? Be careful because your first reaction says a lot about your mindset. A poor mindset says, ugh, look at him. He must have cheated someone. Life is unfair. A rich mindset says, wow, that's amazing. How did he do it? What can I learn from him? You see, jealousy is a poison that quietly destroys your own dreams. When you are jealous, you tell yourself, I can't have that. I don't deserve that. The world is unfair. But when you are inspired, you tell yourself, if he can do it, I can do it too. Maybe even better. That small shift in thinking makes a huge difference in your life. Jealousy shuts the door. Inspiration opens new doors. Poor people waste time gossiping about successful people. Rich-minded people spend time studying them, learning from them, being curious about their journey. They understand that success leaves clues. If you admire rich people, you attract their energy, their habits, their mindset. If you hate them, you block your own blessings. It's like trying to swim with heavy stones in your pockets. You're only slowing yourself down. So next time you see someone successful, don't roll your eyes. Don't find excuses, celebrate them. Smile and say to yourself, I'm next. Because what you celebrate in others, you start creating in yourself. Remember, success is not a pie. Someone else winning doesn't mean you lose. There's more than enough success for everyone if you have the right mindset. Building Alibaba was not easy. For the first 3 years, no profit. Almost went bankrupt. Staff wanted to leave. Investors laughed at me. But I told my team, today is hard. Tomorrow will be worse. But the day after tomorrow will be beautiful. Most people die tomorrow night. Most people quit when things get hard. That's why most people stay poor. Rich mindset people persist. Even when it's painful, even when it's lonely, even when nobody believes. They believe in themselves. You don't need a guarantee. You just need courage. Listen carefully, my friends. Your mind is a factory. If you manufacture excuses, you live in regret. If you manufacture dreams, you live in greatness. You become what you believe. If you think like a rich person, even if you are broke today, one day you will be rich. If you think like a poor person, even if you win the lottery, you will be poor again soon. The battle is not outside, it's inside. It's not your boss. It's not your parents. It's not your country. It's not your luck. It's your mindset. Change your mind, change your life. Don't say, Jack Ma, you are lucky. No, I'm not lucky. I prepared myself, I trained my mind, I developed a rich mindset when I was still poor. You can too. Start today. Today I want you to do 3 things. Write down 5 poor mindset habits you will stop immediately. Write down 5 rich mindset habits you will start today. Every morning, look in the mirror and say, I am rich, I am powerful, I am unstoppable. Do this for 30 days. You will see magic, because when your mind changes, your world changes. If you enjoyed this message, share it with someone you love. Let's help more people become rich, not just in money, but in thinking, in spirit, and in heart. Remember, my friends, poor and rich are not about bank accounts. They are about mindsets. Think rich, act rich, live rich. Thank you.